Hi, I'm Coach Ryan, and today I'd like to demonstrate a quick stretch that we can do in the convenience of our own homes to really work the whole posterior chain. And now, as a reminder, the posterior chain is all the muscles down the back of your legs. So from your glutes, your hamstring, your calves, even down into the bottom of your foot and all the little muscles along the same area. Now, this is a big problem for a lot of runners. We work these muscles really hard and we don't do enough to stretch them out. I'm among those runners. I'm very tight, as you'll see when I demonstrate this stretch. The only thing you need for this stretch is if you have a stretching rope, that's great. I just use an old towel. And now I'll go down and demonstrate. This is one you do laying on your back. So the first thing we do is wrap our rope or towel around the bottom of our foot like you see. You can go about at the arch or around the ball of the foot. The next thing we'll do is lift and lay back. And you will feel the stretch all the way through. I feel it right now in my hamstring and my calf. Even a little bit in the bottom of my foot, and you just hold this. Now, some people will say you should do this as active isolated, where you can lift your leg without lifting with the arms, and then once you can't lift any further, you can pull with the arms, hold for about 5 seconds, release, and repeat. Some people will say do a static stretching where you hold for 30 seconds or even longer. I say you know what works best for you. Some people active isolated works great. Some people static stretching works great. Do what works for you. Another thing I want to mention, some people say keep your opposite leg up like this. I'm not a big fan of that because when I go up like this, my hip moves up. You want to try to keep your hip on the ground. So if I keep my opposite leg down flat like this, my hip does a much better job staying down on the ground. And you want to focus on pivoting the hip, not let it raise off the ground. And then you just pull till you get a nice resistance, not too far. I'd rather see you hold it for a while, or do the active isolated without going too far. You don't want to extend your range of motion too far and tear your muscle. You just want to give it a good stretch. So again, that's a stretch for the whole posterior chain. It'll stretch out your glutes, hamstrings, calves, even down into the bottom of your foot. It will help if you have tight hamstrings, if you have calf problems, even plantar fasciitis or problems in the bottom of the foot. It will also make it very clear pretty quickly whether or not you have tightness issues. Like you could see, I couldn't lift my leg up very far. Some people say you should be able to go to 90 degrees. I'm doing good if I can get to 45 degrees. And that will make it very clear, such as it does for me, that you have some tightness issues back there, and that's something you should really be working on. So it can be a test as well as an exercise in improving your flexibility. So that is one of the better stretches for posterior chain, the entire chain from your hips down to your feet. It's one that I would recommend trying. I will be doing it a lot myself, and I hope this helps you.